This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Monday L's.
Monday.
The Preakness.
What do you mean?
The Preakness.
There's no way you bet Toronto last night. No way you bet the Leafs.
No, I had...
No way you took Denver plus 37.
No.
Oh.
No,
No way you took Zebby to get past 4 innings.
I have Florida going to the Cup again.
Yeah, of course you do. You're an elite hockey mind.
Yeah, but...
You know, Blakemore's not here anymore. Now...
Why?
Well, no, he's at the Fan, but I mean... You know what? And with Nordo gone for 3 weeks, I got to give covenant claps to Brett Blakemore for the awesome job that he did in a difficult, different situation. But
that's part of that support, man.
Right. But see, this is true. This is fact-based. I didn't know, and it ended up being serendipitous to 9 to noon. A positive transpiring out of a negative. I didn't know Brett and Mick got under each other's skin as much as
he doesn't get under my skin.
Really? Mm-mm. Okay, why are you smiling? It's radio because you know people can't see that smile.
No, but he doesn't.
But see, it's from beyond the pond. I just tried
to educate him. That's all.
Really?
And it's really...
Well, see, for you to say that was uncalled for, Tockett.
And it gets to the point where you just beat your head against the wall, and I just, okay. You get jackalytics.
Right. Well, see, while you were gone, Nordo, it was right in the face of all the elite hockey minds to ever elite hockey mind in the history of elite hockey minds. 2 series ago.
Yeah.
Against the Lanch.
Yeah.
I'm listening to Beyond the Pond. It was the Saturday into the first week that you were gone. And I'm listening to the best hockey show you're ever going to hear. Beyond the Pond, Fallness, Mick Tockett, Brett's Breakaways produces it. Every Saturday from 10 until noon. And it's McKinnon this, Landeskog that,
Charlie Coyle
this, Cale Makar that.
Yeah. Was this a Avs are going to steamroll Dallas Stars type of conversation?
And then Brett was asked for his opinion at the end after it was laid out.
We did predictions.
But it was laid out that the Avs should steamroll the Stars, and then Brett sheepishly came in and kind of said,
I don't know if it was steamroll, but go ahead, you can use that.
He sheepishly came in. You can't deny the adjective or the adverb sheepishly. You can't. He sheepishly came in and was like, with all due respect to you guys, man, I not only like the Stars to beat the Avs in 7 games in this series, I like the Dallas Stars to go to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah. Give him credit. Give him credit.
Give him credit, Pat.
See, there is Blakemore.
I can't talk.
Bad blood.
Talking.
Go.
No.
I'll back off.
Give credit where credit is due.
Go ahead.
He picked them, and I can throw darts too. Boom, boom.
What's the dart?
Boom, boom, boom,
well, that's not giving him credit.
That's not giving him credit, damn it.
No, I'm just saying I like to throw darts. Sometimes.
Well, I understand. I've seen a lot of your bets in the past. And clearly there's a dartboard involved.
Yeah. No, good for him.
Okay.
Yeah, good. And Dallas has played awfully well, and their goaltenders might be the best goaltender in the world right now.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Can I get back on the mic?
You have my permission.
Are you sure?
It's your show. But
because I can do it from back here and
go
sound
ahead.
like Alec Lewis way off the microphone.
What? He doesn't. I like Alex. Don't pick on Alex.
But see, that was an elite bit though, because it was Dallas that was struggling into the postseason. Injuries.
Yeah, lost 7 in a row.
But they get Rantanen, right?
And Rantanen was not playing.
Right.
I mean, Rantanen all of a sudden.
Yep.
Well, he was playing poorly once he got dished to Carolina, right?
You're being so.
Yeah,
you're not telling the truth, man.
I am telling
you guys tore that kid apart like he was an idiot for thinking they could get to the Western Conference Finals. And then they did.
I'm going to have on what Fallness is Pondcast. I'm going to go back and listen.
Well, sure you are.
I will.
That's going to be easy to find.
I'll call Kevin.
This is your audio leader, so I'm quite sure you can find it.
If you can find odds on baseball games in the Guangdong province, you can find a freaking podcast.
The Doosan Bears. Watch out for them.
Wait a second. Is there...
Hey, first of all, Nardo, welcome back. And,
hey, cheers, brother.
There you go.
Prayers to your family.
Thank you.
And
Amen,
yourself,
brother.
And I missed you.
Let's go.
I missed you.
And I missed you.
Of course you did, because every Monday you were here. Blakemore put you in 9 different kinds of boxes. I'm teasing with that one. I'm teasing with that one. Please don't leave. But give me that 100 back that I won. That I won in the what was it? The PGA.
Where is it?
100 back. I won in the PGA. Okay.
God, you took it.
Better start. Did somebody just say Guangdong?
This show is naughty and might make you a potty mouth.
All righty. So I assume you watched. Well, why didn't you text me Saturday for Preakness
Because I didn't
bets?
want to bother you.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like Kentucky Derby Day when you text me for $286 in bets, you ain't bothering me?
Well, that was
You're never bothering me.
That was a 2-day text.
Yeah, I know.
And finally you said, I've had it with you.
But I did. I've never had it with you.
Leave me alone.
No, I've never said that to you, and I never would.
I know you.
Don't make me go Dom on that ass.
Okay.
Don't make me go Dom Micheletti on that butt.
I apologize.
Okay?
Yes.
The Preakness. Did Mick Tockett or anybody happen to see what happened to journalism? Let's take a listen.
Gosner trying to pull off a huge upset here. Has taken the lead on the outside. Clever again cuts the corner. Journalism is getting closer now. He's behind a wall of horses. He's looking for a place to go, and he's got nowhere to go. Oh, he bumped hard with Goal Oriented. In the meanwhile, Gosner's running the race of his life, and Sandman has entered the scene, and he has moved up to the far outside. Journalism is still running on. He's back into second. He might even win it. Here's the wire. Oh my goodness! Journalism has won the Preakness Stakes in a performance like you read about.
How many $2 win bets, by the way?
Time. Larry Colmus on the call. That's a hard race to call.
Yeah.
And my man knocked
Why?
it out of, because it's, first of all, it's a big spot. Secondly, it's nationally televised. Some people get wrapped up over that. Thirdly, the move journalism made fearlessly to zip between horses when there's like an inch to get in there. Colmus picked it up, described it beautifully, and then when journalism, as we say in the business, rebroke and took off late to win the race, I've known Larry Colmus a long time, man. He was there my very first day, 1993 at Bay Meadows Racecourse when I called my first compensated race out of 31,000-ish now.
Yeah.
So I've known Larry a long time. That's a hard race to call, and he really, really stepped up and did a good job.
Did you have any steam on the 9? Gosner?
Well,
Gosger? I can't even.
I think he was bottom. I mean, he was 20-1 in the morning line.
Yes. Steam.
I had every horse but that one.
Well, this is, as a matter of fact, the way you laid it out, yes, I did. Okay, here's the deal.
Thanks for the call.
Well, no, it wasn't call worthy, and that's with all due respect to who gave it to me, okay?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Every Saturday morning, all right, my son Derek works at Chip's Bar in the casino at Canterbury Park, and he's taken a Saturday shift that begins at 9 a.m. and ends at 5. So between 9 and noonish, you're not the most people in the world at the old casino. So that's a time on Saturday morning, and I visit with Corey Cove, who plays Texas Hold'em tournaments there a couple times a month. So Corey and I get a chance to do a Covenant catch-up Saturday mornings at Canterbury in the casino. Before he goes in and plays, he'll come over and chat with Derek and I. So I'm there pretty much every Saturday morning from like 9:15 to like 11 and chatting with Derek, and then can't remember my man's name. I think it's Steve or it's Scott, one of the two, rolled up to me, asked me about the Preakness. And I said, journalism's going to be super tough to beat, but he's going to be even money. So he said, and this is a really good handicapper who I've known at Canterbury for years. I just know he's really good at what he does. And he said, don't leave out the 8 or the 9. All right. Now, the 8 was the Jose Ortiz horse.
Right.
And that's who I ended up betting to win. But the 9 was the Gosder bit. And then I looked at it and I'm like, damn, this horse is super sharp and super fast. And he's going to be, he's going to be pretty good odds. So here's what I did. This is the greatest because I lost $400 on the Preakness. Okay, but here's the and I told everybody who would listen, journalism can't lose.
Yeah,
he won, and then I get touted on this Gosder, and I'm like, hey, this makes sense. Okay, so I just swung for the fences with trifectas and superfectas, and I lost all my bets.
Yeah.
But here's what I did for my son. I said, all right, I got to go at 11:15. But I've made some bets for you. So I did an exacta box for Derek, 289, journalism 8 and the 9, off my man's tout.
No.
And then I said, I had $36 left over on my voucher. So I played a pick 4 for you, Larry. You got 5 horses, with like 2, with like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Well, he hits the pick 4 for 100 and change. The exacta hits. He has that 10 times. The boy's scooping 340, and I lost 400. The worst story ever, but it's the greatest because it's my son. I mean, he when he called me later, I had forgotten I made those bets. He's like, I hit them both, and I'm sitting here looking at 100 to win on this 8L, and I got off because journalism was even money. Yeah, like 80 to win on that horse or whatever, and I didn't make the same bets for myself that I made for Derek because the ones I make for Derek are closer to the minimum bet. So if I make them for myself, I probably pump another 100 into it, which means I'm hitting like a $15 exacta 2.9, or I'm hitting the pick 4 for $1.50 as opposed to 50 cents. He's like, I hit them both. I hit the pick 4. For 160.
You got the paper shredder running and Mouse is next to you. I got my $5 show bet on journalism. It paid off.
I'm like, I'm not that big of a drinker, Derek, but the next time I see you there, I'm going to need a shot.
Yeah. I always love that one.
I'm going to need a shot, man, to get through this. So the good news is the serendipity is the boy is cashing $300 some odd in tickets when he gets to work tonight. Yeah. And I'm back at the PATM.
I always love that one.
I mean, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
All right, Taka, you're the best. Let's pause and get into hockey. And who's Carson Lambos? And who's Jack Pert? We need to answer those questions. Preview Edmonton, Dallas, Florida, and Carolina. See what McTockett thinks about beloved Hal. They begin tomorrow night against OKC. Pat Micheletti is the best. He's salt of the earth. At Pat Mick 2626, at Pat Mick 2626. And we'll be back shortly. First, we got that cash thing.
Indeed. I'll get the cash thing going in a moment, but I do want to reiterate, it's Fan on the Farm Week, and your opportunity with your tractor talkbacks. Where are you at? What you farming? You send that in, the talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app, and you're in for a potential prize pack courtesy of Sioux Cup Manufacturing, Carhartt Cooler, Brewmate Canteen, portable JBL speaker, coffee tumbler, hoodies, Sioux Cup baseball cap, all kinds of cool things. All you got to do is send in a talkback. Where are you at? What you farming? Fan on the Farm. We love you farmers. So thank you, Sioux Cup Manufacturing, for that. A winner will be announced later in the show. But every hour, he mentioned it's some bonus bucks. The Fan and BigDeck.com want to give you a chance to put $1,000 in your hand. Some bonus bucks in your hand. Go to KFAN.com. Enter the keyword green. Enter that keyword green at KFAN.com.
The PGA for a second, okay? Well, no, here's why, okay? I just want to get this, since this is
it's
Open a Vein Monday, 9 to noon.
It's Massacre Monday.
Well, it's not a Massacre Monday.
It's Triple M.
Okay, I mean, Bruce the Oracle Meyer.
Yeah.
Bruce the Oracle Meyer, who I've known for 2 decades.
Happy Chef Player of the Year.
Yeah, right. Well, he's won our
3 of
Canterbury
them.
Park Press Box Pool, led by Kevin Gorg. We had 14 this time, including the captain, Wes Walls. And Oracle, Bruce Myers, won the last 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so he scooped a fair amount of chips.
Yeah.
I've identified the winning golfer the last 2.
And I have...
with McIlroy and Scheffler.
I finished second to Oracle. How's that?
Okay, well, that... Yeah.
2 times, yeah.
You finished...
And I won... No, did I win this year?
No, but here's the point.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the point.
It's all about me.
No, well, here's the point.
I'm kidding.
Because I don't golf, and I don't follow golf. So I spend 2 days just mashing with this stupid system I have that for the last decade has helped me win this thing a handful of times, 5-6 times. But generally, the goal here is to scoop and at least get your money back.
Yes.
And so therefore, in doing that and staying true to this stupid novice system that I developed that I never tell anybody about, and I end up with people named Eckroat and Aaron Rye and
Echeverria,
Tristan Lawrence and Danny Willett and just elves like that, okay? But they generally work, amen?
Yes, correct.
Okay, but I stay away from the touts. Like I don't read golfnews.com.
You don't listen to KG.
Yeah. I respect Kevin. I respect his, but we're in the same game.
Yes.
So that's why we're not exchanging names. That's why I don't do it with you. But here's the deal. And here's the point.
I know.
Here's the point. Can anybody locally or nationally? Well, when's the next one? The next one's the U.S. Open?
Yep. Father's Day weekend.
Okay. Hey, there's another opportunity for all of you elite golf minds, locally and nationally, to savage Max Homa the way you did. I could not have been told by more people who matter, you want nothing to do with Homa. Really? Yeah, he's out there -6 on like the second day. And I'm like, because he qualifies in my bit, but I don't take him because I get overtaken by you guys telling me he sucks. And he makes every single cut.
Yeah, he's had a rough year, and
oh, really? Making the cuts at both majors? Yeah, that's really rough. Yeah, what a terrible freaking year he's having. Seriously. I mean,
Then why do you listen?
Well, because
then that's on
I'm
you,
weak.
not us.
I understand that. But I don't understand how people can formulate that opinion 2 consecutive majors. And like, even I know who Max Homa is. People say, nothing to do with Homa.
Wait. Let me stop. I got it. Got that hook out of your...
Oh, so you say I'm being duped. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it seems to be working. I've cashed the last 2 majors.
I always love that.
So you might want to get a bigger hook, McTucket, into the U.S. Open, okay? Oh, that's so stupid when I talk like that. All righty. Who do you like in the Wolf Series and why?
Boy, I'm still pondering that because I'm pondering the matchup. Who's going to guard who? Mm-hmm. And
OKC favored by 7 in game 1. That's a lot of points.
That's too many points.
Yeah, but last time we had a week off, man. We scored 31 points at halftime against these Golden State L's.
No Julius, no Gobert for 2 of the
3.
It was 3 or 4, yeah.
3 of the 4.
3 of the 4. Mm-hmm. Okay? So they don't know what they're getting either. Mm-hmm. You know, you can watch tape till you're blue in the face. They don't know what they're getting.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
And,
if you think playing Michael Porter Jr. is the same thing as playing Julius Randle, you better open your eyes.
Yeah. The freight train?
Yes.
Has he not been... he's
unbelievable.
Yeah,
but Oklahoma City is unbelievable when it's fluid.
They are. Yeah,
when things are flowing.
And Dort on Edwards is going to be fabulous to watch.
I forgot to bring that up with Finch.
Fabulous to watch.
Right.
Because he's as I texted you and you probably didn't get it.
Oh, the Marvin Barnes bit last night. That's right. I'm sorry. God, I've been bad texting you back. I apologize.
You just don't.
I fell asleep in the sinkhole at like 8:30 last night.
Yeah, but that's okay. Thick skin. So I think the matchups are really going to be intriguing. Mm-hmm. Chet Holmgren, okay? You can't play Rudy on him, can you? I don't know.
No.
Because he's going to go out. Yep. You know what? If I'm the Wolves, I say, Chet, shoot.
Yep.
Take 43s tonight.
Yep. So
take 43s.
So you watch all the games.
I do.
I mean, you're a hockey guy in the state of hockey and you played in the NHL, but you get all sports really well. So let me ask you a fundamental, hardcore Hal related question.
Okay.
So you're Finchie. You're Finch Tockett. Do you put McDaniels on SGA? Because if McDaniels gets him fouled, because SGA gets to the line the second most of anybody in the league behind He went to the line more than James Harden, who lives at the line.
And they would probably like that and bait him into foul trouble.
Right. Well, it can't be Conley. Okay.
No, it can't be. Right?
But it might have to be.
Occasionally it can be.
Yeah.
I think,
McDaniels on Holmgren.
Do you add... Now,
or Jalen Williams.
Wait.
Hey.
Do you throw Clark in once in a while?
Well, Clark actually started 3 games against OKC this year.
I know. And, Do you?
I don't.
But do you mess with that rotation? That's the thing.
Wow, that's a great question because I don't want to diminish or run down Jalen Clark, who's not playing.
Right.
But in patches, is SGA.
But then that takes away.
Yeah, this Bohevsky, this Pojemski, this thing that they just played ain't SGA.
How well does Nah defend? I'm asking because I don't know. I don't know.
It can be good.
Can he?
It can be good. Yeah.
Can he be the guy?
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't start.
No, right.
And then you get this spark plug Caruso coming in. Alex Caruso's never played better in his life. Dante DiVincenzo needs to out sixth man Alex Caruso because they're both pesky on defense. They're both super mentally tough. But DiVincenzo should be able to outscore Caruso every game. That's a sneaky little tidbit there.
Here's my mindset, and I ask, coach when I analyze hockey games, right? And I'm having my pre-discussion with the coaches. Yeah, what do you expect?
And Blakemore picks the Pacers into the Eastern Conference Finals, and you give him no credit.
Correct. So I always ask, now, are you more worried about what they have and what they are going to do more so than your strengths?
No.
Okay?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're not.
No, I always focus on our team first and what they can do to stop us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, but here we are talking about who's going to guard who's going to guard who.
Well, this is state of hockey.
How about?
No, this is the state of hockey talking.
Yeah.
So we're just informing. See, state of hockey. Grandma wore skates and was
Wait. Can I stop you a second? Yeah. We are the state of hockey.
Self-proclaimed.
Okay, but we are the state of basketball also.
I've never heard that.
Well, I know because we're so...
We're state of hockey.
We're state of basketball,
Grandma wears ice skates when she's a referee.
How many kids have we put in the NBA from the state of hockey, state of basketball?
Probably 10% of the amount of those who have gone to the NHL.
Okay.
But for every one Khalid El-Amin, there are 9 Zach Parisis.
How about the number of kids that we've put in Division I basketball? From the state of basketball.
You mean the ones who commit here and transfer and leave? Or just period overall?
Period overall. Look at.
I have no idea.
Okay.
What do I look like? Elias Sports Bureau?
Sometimes.
Where are you going with this?
No, I'm just saying that,
I'm about ready to credit the state of hockey.
And I'm about ready to credit the state of basketball.
How great is it being Kevin Lynch, Mr. Basketball in the state of hockey?
Yeah.
I always love that one.
How good was he, too?
It's like bragging about straight A's at junior college.
Yeah.
I always love that one.
Kevin, I'm kidding. He never listens anyway. Okay, 3-2.
Okay.
Because the state of hockey, even the hardcore, hockey fans who are like, I don't watch the NBA because they don't play defense until the final 2 minutes. Well, Minnesota has a way of galvanizing and coming together when a team has a chance to win a championship. So state of hockey is going to be all over these games.
They better be.
That's why I constructed part of this segment the way I did. There's a PA and public service announcement.
Yes.
I just wanted the state of hockey to become informed with names like Alex Caruso, who many haven't heard of.
I like him.
There are 2 Jalen Williams. One can't play. The other's really, really good. They're on the same team.
Who's going to guard him?
Ant. Has to be Ant, right? Well, then you got Lou Dort. I can't wait for this game just so all these questions can be answered. Isaiah Hartenstein-Stein. Well, he used to be a Knick. He played with Julius Randle. Is there bad blood between those two? Because they're going to be banging beginning tomorrow night.
The storylines are developing.
So that pretty much, now just think, who's the best centerman in the NHL?
That's up for debate. But
is McKinnon?
I'm still a Connor McDavid guy. I am.
Okay. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the Connor McDavid of the NBA. He's the best point person, centerman, does all the grimy, dirty things.
He doesn't get to the line enough.
Yeah, right. So that's what so who would Anthony Edwards be in hockey parlance?
McKinnon.
Yeah, Nathan McKinnon. He's big, he's fast.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great call. Yeah. So we have him.
Explosive.
Right. So all of that's coming. So that's why we did the public service announcement there.
When's the first game?
Tomorrow night, 7:30 KFAN.
Okay.
I got a question. I was watching Florida and Toronto last night before it became like 4-1.
How would you like to be up?
Well, first period was
Talk
terrific.
Radio Toronto today.
Wow. Well, but see, it's the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
It's just the ways and means become rearranged. We always have Austin Matthews. We always have Tavares.
And Mitch Marner.
Mitch Marner. We never
Morgan
advance.
Riley. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. No. And, you have to learn how to win, and obviously they haven't yet. And you break down that game, and I know the people, no effort, no this, no that. That game changed. William Nylander, right?
He's been there forever.
Yeah, and he made an unbelievable play in the offensive zone. All he didn't do was finish.
Really?
He scores there. It's 1-0 Toronto. Okay? Mm-hmm. Could maybe not change the whole complexity of the game. Florida scores 3 goals in 6 minutes.
Wow.
3 goals in 6 minutes.
Jeez.
And then it's a
Bam.
freight train.
Yep.
You're down, you're Toronto. Mm-hmm. You can't, you're fighting through quicksand to get back into it. And Florida didn't let them. And so I had doubts about Florida going into the year just based on the amount of hockey that they've played in the last 2 years.
Blakemore didn't.
I always love that one.
Did he take Florida?
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. But I tell you, they just find ways to win.
Yep.
There's a couple players on Florida
that
had a lot of time off at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Kachuk, Ekblad with his drug issue that he got suspended.
Oh, geez.
For 20 games.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
so what happened to Matthew? What happened to Kachuk?
He got hurt in the Four Nations.
Oh, that's right.
And was out until the first game of the playoffs.
Oh, geez. Fresh legs.
So fresh legs.
Wow.
Barkov was down a little bit. Their depth has been really, really good for them. So, but they're going to play a Carolina team that
fast
but boring. But boring.
Oh, it's not. I just use that as a non sequitur.
No,
because Carolina's always fast. I can't name one player on there. Is Sebastian Aho still on the team?
Yes, and Svechnikov.
Yeah, Svechnikov.
Jacob Slavin might be the best overall defenseman in the league.
Not even close.
And so, yeah.
Talkett's playing fast, Pat Micheletti. So let's make this the Steve's Appliances marathon segment. This Memorial Day, Steve's Appliances is turning up the savings now through June 4th. Score unbeatable deals at this Minnesota family-owned business, proudly serving the entire Twin Cities metro since 1956. Fast delivery, free recycling, guaranteed low prices on quality appliances from Whirlpool, GE, LG, and more. StevesAppliances.com, StevesAppliances.com. Memorial Day sale right now if you happen to need some form of appliance. Who's Carson Lambos?
He's been in the system for a while. He's been in Iowa.
All right.
Hasn't been able to crack the top.
Now, this is FIGA, Fairness and Billy Garanak.
Yep.
Okay, this 9 to noon is not one. I mean, when you orchestrate that buyout bit, and then you got to wait through it and everything, and then now we're here. Maybe we can spend some money. I'm not hand pick. Wow, look at this. Go through every single pick, and then like somebody's job either is based on every single whiff or hit. Because on the other side, if that's how you want to play it, well, then when there are hits, that means somebody should get raises and bonuses and extensions. So it just doesn't work like that. There's a lot to it. So this is FIGA, Fairness and Billy Garanak. Ain't nobody taking shots. But when I say who's Carson Lambos, we took him with our second first-round pick in 2021 and not Matthew Nyes. All right? Now, this Nyes can't get under my skin, and he has nothing to do with it. Okay, he's catching the stray here.
Yeah.
Because of how good he is. And so, I didn't realize until I started looking back, how we don't have Matthew Nyes on our team, even though he played collegiately in this state, I think, for 2 seasons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's not from Minnesota, but he ended up at Moscow's Covenant,
Arizona.
and he was really, really good.
Yeah.
So, let me see. Lambeau's second first-round pick 2021, not Matthew Nyes, who went 57th to the Leafs. Lambeau's 33 points in 2 seasons and 137 games for the Iowa Wild. Nyes went 30 picks after him in 2021. All right. Now, the context here is Matthew Nyes with the Toronto Maple Leafs, Sky Yuma Matthew Nyes. He has 44 goals. Okay. So here's the next question. Who's Jack Peart?
Jack Peart is he's a Minnesota kid from Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Okay, Paris might want to turn off the radio right now.
Played collegiately at St. Cloud State.
Not turn off the radio, turn down the audio.
He is a project, is a very, very good collegiate player.
Okay.
Picked, I think, second round.
Larson did the best he could with him, right?
Yeah, and Jack's a good player. I don't know.
Well, he has 9 points in 62 games with the Iowa Wild.
Right.
And I know there's more to it than just points.
Yep.
So he might
especially from a defensive point of view.
He might be a shutdown guy like Suter.
Iowa was I think the second worst team in the American League a year ago, this past year.
This guy, with all due respect, went 3 picks ahead of Nyes. Just 3. So we ain't talking around. We're talking 3 ahead. Okay. So, hey, it's ahead. Well, we traded up to get Z Bulliam. I mean, trading up is not, that's what people do in drafts. Nyes, go ahead and look at the 2021 draft. Okay. Nyes was the steal of the draft. He is the capital SOD, steal of draft. He has 44 goals. The only from that draft with more goals since 2021 than Matthew Nyes, Dallas's Wyatt Johnston has 89. Seattle's Matty Beniers, 62.
Michigan. Yep.
Anaheim's Mason McTavish, 60.
Oh, is he a player?
And Utah's Dylan Gunther
is he a player?
Has 51.
Yeah.
Those are the only 4 in the whole draft, and they all were taken in the first round, markedly farther ahead than Nyes, who is SOD.
If they would have consulted with Bob Motzko, he would have said, "You better take Nyes."
Well, they had to have consulted. If they didn't,
because guys hadn't committed yet.
That's professional mismanagement. With all due, well, now there's no fee on that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a fairness in anybody's act.
I remember.
If somebody's going to go in the first 2 rounds, you have to talk to their coach.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he had committed to Minnesota, and I remember going to one of the first practices, and I said, "Well, tell me about your freshman, blah blah." He says, "Just watch Nyes."
Really?
Yeah.
So Motzko knew before he even played his first game?
Oh yeah, he said this guy is going to be, and of course, after the first game, he put Cooley, Nyes, and Snuggerud together, and it was the best line. And
whoa, that has to be one of the best lines in the last 40 years of Gophers hockey.
It was such a treat to because every
Cooley's the bomb for Utah and Arizona.
Cooley is saying
Snuggy started doing things for the Blues, right?
In the World Championships right now, Cooley's our leading scorer with Gunther on his line, and Clayton Keller.
Jeez.
That line's been fabulous for.
So anyway, I just wanted to bury that and just dagger that.
And now, there's going to be teams this summer that are going to offer Matthew Nyes a contract. He's a restricted free agent.
Correct.
So I don't know if Minnesota's going to be able to because of the draft picks that they have. I don't know.
And the tariffs.
Yeah, and the tariffs.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting summer. But Matthew Nyes is going to get paid, and I don't
knew his name.
Yeah,
I hadn't, FINA, Fairness and 9 to Noon Act. I had never watched him play until the postseason this year.
Yeah,
and I see this freaking freight train getting through people.
Yeah,
he's unbelievably good.
He was about a foot away from making it a 1-0 game last night. It just the puck shot it wide, but man, he's been fabulous.
Mouse thinks he's Mouse, captain of the '83 West Side Club hockey team, most formidable club hockey team in the history of club hockey. Mouse wore the C. He loosely calls him a top 10 forward, Nyes, in the NHL. Is that foolish?
When you're talking top 10, that's hard to.
Yeah, but he's getting there, right?
I would put it this way: when you're looking at power forward,
yes,
I would say he's a top 5. But when you're adding, the skill and the, what we see out of the beautiful players, that's hard to, put together.
You're the best. Ain't nobody better. And I will see you tomorrow night. We will see you next Monday if you have time, okay?
Great to see you. Thanks.
Love you, Talk. Appreciate you, brother. Pat Micheletti at Pat Mick 2626. Fan on the Farm is a thing again, 9 to noon, courtesy of Sioux Cup Manufacturing, and we love our farmers 9 to noon. So when we return, we are going to play a series of farmer-generated Timberwolves talkbacks, where a little less than an hour from now, we are going to announce a Sioux Cup Manufacturing prize winner. We're going to do this every day this week. Fan on the Farm, talkbacks, tie those things together, pull for some warmer weather, and get those beans and corn crops going the way you need them to go before the situation coming up here, which is very important to farmers. It's the come on, man. I got more sheets in front of me than Tolstoy when he was writing that boring book.
My business papers.
Where are we here? Here we go. 3-2. We need the corn and the beans to pop for the farmers on the fan, because we know you're wrapping up that planting, and we know you need warm weather for the bad boys to sprout, but we also recognize on the horizon, it's time to get the hay equipment ready for the first crop cutting. We love crops. Crop cutting. Let's go wild. So we recognize, it's not everything may work the right way for the equipment. And then you have what Nordo keeps talking about, the tariffs. So we understand what's going on.
Tariffs.
We know what's going on with you right now. And we're thinking about you, and so is Sioux Cup. And we're going to give away a prize after we play a bevy of talkbacks around the corner on KFAN.
For you farmers, Fan on the Farm talkbacks with the opportunity to win a prize pack thanks to our buddies at Sioux Cup Manufacturing. This prize pack, by the way, it's a Carhartt cooler, Brewmate canteen, portable JBL speaker, coffee tumbler hoodie, Sioux Cup baseball cap. Thank you, Sioux Cup Manufacturing. All you got to do is, where are you at and what you farming? Courtesy of the free iHeartRadio app, you hit that microphone, send in those talkbacks. Somebody later on during the final hour is going to house said prize pack. We're doing this each and every day. So if you're on that tractor, you take the time to put in a talkback and you don't house the prize pack today, tomorrow, Tuesday, another day to plant, another day to grow, and another day to win, courtesy of Sioux Cup Manufacturing. To the talkback machine.
East North Dakota, specifically Oaks, North Dakota, home of the Oaks tornadoes. We have a bunch of our crops in now.
Okay.
I know that my farming friends, the Quants, the Schmitz, and a bunch of others are just about wrapping up everything.
Like a shutdown shout
We are howling for the wild. Let's go. Let's go. Timberwolves, let's get her done. Let's go. Have a good one, PA.
All right. Thank you very much. Quants.
This show is naughty and might make you a potty mouth.
Yeah, go Quants, go Schmitz, the Oaks Tornadoes, and everybody involved. To the talkback machine, it's a Fan on the Farm. More here.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Patrick calling from the tractor feeding cows here in South Dakota. We have all the corn, soybeans, oats, peas planted, and the good Lord blessed us with a little rain the last couple days.
Okay.
In a couple weeks, we'll have all the cows out on their summer pasture, and the Wolves will be playing in the finals because we have the best bench, period. Eat beef and howl! Oh, oh, oh!
Amen, brother. Hey.
How about that howl at the end?
I mean, you talk about playing on somebody's heart.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave us a how.
Yes, he did.
Tied together a wonderful little analogy there about what's happening now, and then the cows, and then Timberwolves will be playing at some point. But he also tugged on the heart of my favorite band when he mentioned oats. Amen, brother! No Daryl Hall mention needed. You said I got oats. Amen, brother! That was very well done there, my brother.
That's a very, very good talkback. Fan on the farm.
Yo, PA and Nordo, we're on a planting pause here in Southeast ND. The Wolves, on the other hand, they're farming wins by controlling paint touches, whether it's drives and finishes, Julius playing his bully ball, or kicking out the open shooters. Then on the other hand, keeping OKC out of the paint, mainly SGA. Then if they do that, it will help win the rebounding game and slow down OKC in transition. Let's go Wolves, baby.
Oh, yes. Well done.
I love that.
Boy, man, the farmers are playing hard. They're playing fast inside those tractors.
He's on a planting pause, and then suddenly he's a graduate assistant in hoopology, provided us with some science to the series.
Had no idea Trent Tucker's cousin listens to the 9 to noon show and is the under professor of hoopology. Chet Holmgren just went up against the likes of Michael Porter Jr., and God bless Michael Porter Jr., been through a lot with his family. You got one of the brothers, Jante, fixing games for the Toronto Raptors. He gets kicked out of the Covenant and out of the NBA. Another brother, sadly, hit somebody while drunk driving in Denver. So Michael has a lot on his mind. He did the very best he could against Chet Holmgren and offered up offense against Chet the very best he could. Chet, Julius A. Michael.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Excuse me while I whip out this beast, set to come like a tractor talkback surging down the key, and hopefully somebody doesn't get broken in half. Hopefully somebody is able to stay in one piece, because Julius means business. Any more?
A few more talkbacks for you here before we pause, and then we dig back more into the Wolves and Thunder with Parker Fox around the corner. Talkbacks.
Hey guys, this is Jarrett from Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Hey, Aberdeen.
Planting seasons went really well for us over here this year.
Sweet.
Only got about 100 acres of soybeans left to plant, but the rain and the cold weather is keeping us out of the field today, so we're washing tractors up and getting ready to cut some alfalfa here in a few days.
Man, the work never stops.
Loved howling for the Northern State Wolves when Parker played there, and now we're howling for the Timberwolves. Let's go, baby.
Oh, and the howl.
With this Sioux Cup prize package available, makes me want to say, you lucky suckers. You guys are so lucky. Honestly, being a Fairness and 9 to Noon Act, we're always thinking about farmers, period, but farmers in the fam. And Sioux Cup is a valued partner of 9 to Noon and KFAN. So when they put this thing together, we were super excited, not knowing what to expect. I mean, we're 7 for 7 on these talkbacks.
Yes, we are.
I mean, they're firing bullets from the cab of that tractor. They're all good. I don't know what we're going to do except listen to more.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Brandon up in Pine County, wrapping up with 2025 plant here, getting all my equipment put away for the season, getting ready for the summer. To begin, my only query is whether or not I'd listen to the Wolves game tomorrow night in the tractor, because so far, so good. Have a good one.
Oh, karma convergence.
Hold on here.
Tractor?
Now we're farming for victories against OKC. My man is farming for God to provide some sun and some warmth to mesh with this cold and this moisture so the crops can grow the proper way, while he's not watching Mike Breen, Richard Jefferson, and Doris Burke call it on TV. He's listening to Alan Horton, Jim Peterson, Cal Soderquist, Superstats Dave Handlin, Mike Greenbaum, assistant statistician on the vast and ever-expanding KFAN Minnesota Timberwolves radio network. Wow. He's really tugging at the heartstrings there.
Well, I mean, we have White Horse Radio. He has John Deere Radio. He's going to be listening in the tractor to try and provide some positive vibes to the Hoop Squad. Final talk back at the segment.
Morning, PA Nordal.
Good morning.
Lance from Southeast Minnesota here. Just mixing my last batch of cow feed to feed our dairy cows. Love listening to the fan and love listening to the Timberwolves on KFAN.
Thank you.
Can't wait for this series to start, and hopefully we can get it done this year and make it to the finals. Nordo, prayers to you and your wife and your family, and
thank you.
Best wishes for everything. Thanks.
Amen. Thank you, brother. You excellent talk back. Thank you very much for the prayers and the heartfelt thoughts towards Team Nordquist. That's all beautiful and everything. You teat squeezer.
This show is naughty and might make you a potty mouth.
Sit on that for an hour.
How much udder cream are you having to use today, Talk Becker?
This show is naughty.
Talker Becker?
This show is naughty.
Lavelle at the dairy booth at the state fair.
Teats.
Blaze orange strib polo. Just grinding on those things.
You teat squeezer.
This show is naughty.
All right. Well, good luck, Nordo.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough selection today.
Tough. Yeah, you know what? I wrote names down. No, this is all on you. This is
That's fine.
A Nordo Monday.
I got two in mind right now. There's two leaders in the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm. And one leader about to enter the studio. He is Parker Fox at ParkerFox24 via Twitter. And he's going to help us handle Wolves and OKC when we return to your audio leader and your audio home of everything funky, finchy, and fun. KFAN.